Listen, man, we in an amazing moment right now. Black excellence is in the building. You know, my man hailing from DC, and his last two movies were some of the blackest ever. You saw him as Mark Clark and Judas and the Black Messiah, and now we taking it all the way back to Zamunda. We're coming to America. One time, y'all, for Jermaine Fowler.
Thank you, thank you.
What a time to be alive, bro. Everybody's excited, man. Tell us about the movie.
The movie's awesome. The movie's great. I think it's a worthy predecessor to the original. I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
I want to start off by saying, how does it feel to snatch a role away from Michael B. Jordan? Because Eddie Murphy did speak out about it. He said Ryan Coogler wanted to be the director, and obviously they was going to cast Michael B. Jordan. So how does that feel that he turned him down and picked you?
I didn't even know that, number one. I'm a big Michael B. Jordan fan, ever since Hardball. You know what I mean? Like, I've watched Michael do it. Like, he's amazing. So, I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I worked my ass off to get where I am. Same thing with him. And I appreciate everything he's ever done. So, I don't know. I don't know.
Sexiest man alive coming next year, huh?
I mean, I opened my shirt up for a reason. So,
okay,
Gucci. The man's campaigning.
You that second button. You definitely trying to establish some sexy when you go past that second button, Jay.
I think so. Yeah. I think after the first button, it's like, all right, okay, he's just trying to, he's comfortable. And the second one is like, oh, he's trying to say something. Yeah. So I definitely, I did it for a reason. It was for y'all. It's for y'all.
Yeah, I like it.
Now, something that people don't realize that we get criticism so much for is, as comedians, they always say we can't act. And I've seen you go into some of the most strenuous and arduous rooms that are strictly for just pure actors. And you show them that because you're a comedian, you speak the language of being a true thespian. So explain how that is, making that transition from being on stage, doing sketch, as well as what that is doing at acting parts that you've done in movies and stuff.
Well, to me, like, I think some of the best actors are comedians, from Whoopi to Robin Williams, Eddie, Richard Pryor, Martin, Dave. There's something about, I think something about being on stage translates to the camera. I think there's a confidence you build, and there's just this performative nature that we try to perfect every night. So doing stand-up, honestly, it complements my I think my acting abilities, and vice versa. I think the acting complements the stage, my stage work too. So I've always wanted to kind of spread my wings a little bit and do the unexpected, and kind of just, continue to grow and find roles that challenge me, whether that be comedic or dramatic. I don't care. I just want to do stuff that people don't really expect me to do. So it was imperative do movies like Sorry to Bother You and Judas and the Black Messiah, Buffalo. Those movies just help me grow. That's all I care about right now, is that creative growth, and as an artist and as a human being.
Now, Jermaine, I see you speaking about something that helped you seal the deal to get the part, and you didn't necessarily read the script and the audition the way it was written. You pivoted and you put yourself in it to make it you. And a lot of people are afraid to take that risk. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, of course. Honestly, like, I've I've failed so many times, and whether that be, dead pilots or bombing on stage or auditioning and not getting roles. And a lot of that sort of built this layer of, like, not giving a fuck. And it's like, well, I'm just gonna go in and just do what I do. Fuck what they want me to do. That's just, the person I came in this business as, and it's who I'm gonna leave as. And I went in the audition, and I gotta thank Craig Brewer for, just kind of like that the atmosphere. Craig, the director, sort of like he just invites comfort, you know what I mean? And that comfort helps me just kind of, allow me to do what I want to do. And what I wanted to do was just add a few lines here and there, you know, and my sides that I felt were necessary to the character, and like, you know, because they watch auditions every day and all day long, and and as a producer myself, like it can be a kind of daunting process to see people every day and all day, and so if you don't, you got to make it memorable. You got to make that experience for them memorable. I'm not saying go nuts. I'm saying like, you know, just make the character you, and I definitely did that. I just understood who Lavelle is, you know, and was, and I wanted to, you know, just kind of put that in. You only got like 30 seconds to a minute to really make a mark, you know, sometimes 2 minutes, whatever. But it's up to you to, you know, make that experience for them worthwhile. So afterwards, I didn't think I would get the role, but I knew I would do something with Craig in the future because I just felt it in the room. And so I walked out of there, and when I got the call back, I was like, oh, I guess he liked it. Okay. All right. I felt pretty good. And they got me some new sides. And I was like, all right, do I do the same thing I did the first time, or do I play it safe?
Yeah.
And, say it again, Billy.
Yeah, I'm riding with you, baby, because that's the decision you make in that callback. That producer session is like, man, which one do I
make a break?
Like, what do I do? Keep doing
it's the worst.
The same shit before. So.
Yeah, that's the worst one. That's the worst audition, because like they like you, and you know, as an artist, you're like, just hire me then, man. Why the fuck am I here? And so it annoys the shit out of me. So you know, I was very appreciative to be there, but like I was nervous because I'm like, what do I do? So I just decided to do the same thing. I went into the first audition which is just kind of make the character me and be bold, you know, just be bold and be audacious. That's who the character is. So that's what I did. And after the audition, Craig was very complimentary and said, Jermaine, it's very seldom that an actor does everything you want on the first take. And I went, oh, and you know, that's Craig Brewer saying that. And at that time, that's the biggest director I've ever been in a room with. Black Snake Moan, Hustle and Flow, Dolomite. You know, the guy's just done so much in so little time. So I was like, this is crazy. I walked out of there very happy, and a lot of emotion kind of built up, and I just started crying, man.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it meant a lot. It meant a lot because, you know, at that point.
For Eddie too as well. So like you get to fuse this moment with yourself. It's like, as a comedian myself, watching you have this moment, it's like, I know how huge this is, and a lot of people don't understand, like, yo, you're fusing your moment with Eddie's recurring to this role, and it's always one of those roles. It's like, yo, if you get a chance to play a part, this is that part. Talk to us what it's about to work with somebody like Eddie in this moment, and what brilliance you see.
It's everything. It's everything to me. It means everything, literally everything. I'm not just saying that. Like, I've watched Eddie since I was a kid, a little boy, 8, 9 years old. SNL, Coming to America, Mulan, like Shrek. That's like my favorite comedian. And so when I finally met him, I realized that not only is he my favorite comedian, but we have this appreciation for Richard Pryor and how we believe Pryor is like the pinnacle, you know. And we when
Billy, don't even do it, Billy. Don't do it.
What?
I got to tell you one thing. Billy does have a tattoo of Richard Pryor on him, but it kind of looks like The Weeknd, and it also looks like Cat Williams. So if you want to show him.
Well, I want to ask, where is the tattoo first and foremost?
Look, he didn't even recognize him.
Today it looks like Jesus.
I don't know who it is.
It's like a hypercolor tattoo.
I didn't know you had a Pryor tattoo, man.
He didn't either.
It's more like boxer Aaron Pryor. He was pretty nice with his hands.
It looked like somebody that has priors. I don't know.
Like Leon Spinks.
Okay, sorry, I had to.
No, it's all worth it. Like
Did
you get the tattoo like in the hood, or do you go to a professional? Where'd you go?
It was a semi-professional. That was professional. Yes,
I ain't judging you. My mom took me to get my second ever tattoo. She was in my first tattoo. She took me to my first tattoo, but the second tattoo, I went to this dude's apartment. Say what? My mom.
I love that.
Big Marsha right there. Yeah, she took me to get my first tattoo on my shoulder, and that was at an actual parlor, like an institution, like a business.
Okay.
And then the second one, the second tattoo, she said, "All right, go to this dude's address," and it was in like Bumblefuck, DC. And so I go to this dude's address. It's just like this apartment complex with no street lights. It was dark as hell, and no street lights in the neighborhood at night. It ain't, it didn't feel right. And this dude, he opened his door up. I was like, "What's up, man? My mom told me you do tattoos." And he goes, "Oh yeah, come on in." I'm like, "Is this a setup? What is this?"
No.
Man? I don't know what's going on. Is my mom trying to rob me? And I got my second tattoo right on my shoulder, and I had not like the picture I gave him was just an angel praying with roses around her, and it looked beautiful. But the it looks nothing like the picture I gave him.
What do
He didn't
most
give a
people
shit.
say it looked like?
It looked like a step above a stick figure of a person, like a 4-year-old's drawing.
No.
It looked like a bird eating seeds. Like that's what it looked like. It looked bad, so I got to cover up though. I got it covered up, so it looks
Good job.
Yeah.
But okay, so we was talking about Eddie. So you worked alongside so many big name people and just so many talented actors, period, that are even up and coming. Now, who would you say you've gotten the closest to with just like filming every day? And then who on the other flip side would you say has given you some of the best advice?
Wow. They're all amazing, and they're all just so. I go to different people for different types of advice.
Mm-hmm.
With Tracy, I watched Tracy since Martin, and the Uptown Comedy Club tapes on YouTube. I watched him since his early stuff when he was fat. You know what I mean? Like, remember Fat Tracy
with the little hat with the little propeller on top?
Yeah, and he had the mustache. You know what I mean? And I remember that. And then because I'm gonna be real. Tracy had that really bad accident not too long ago.
Yeah.
And my friend Artie was in that accident, and they're not supposed to be here right now. And so we being on set with him meant a lot because I was going through some grief of my own with these two people behind me. And so we kind of it was a lot, you know what I mean, to kind of just see him and know, kind of just feel his energy. And I just, we had a good conversation. And then with Leslie, Leslie's dope because she just don't care about what you think about it. She just don't care. And I love being around that energy, man, because it's infectious. And her playing my mom, and that role, like our chemistry means everything. So for her to, bring that vibe and for me to bring my vibe, it just kind of complemented each other, and it worked out very, very well. As far as advice I got from her, I was yapping to her about just ghetto ass family members and what do you do after success when you have when you got
everybody ringing that phone. Everybody ringing that phone.
Exactly. So we had a long, amazing conversation about that, and Arsenio. Talking to Arsenio was like being on his
like
show.
An interview?
Really? Did he go woo woo woo?
Because Arsenio is one of the smartest people I've ever talked to, period. And he's extremely intuitive, and his presence and his disposition just wants you to, he just invites you, and talking to him was just like great. Sometimes Arsenio would whisper a joke in your ear before a take, and it's the funniest joke you heard all day, and you try not to laugh. And man, Arsenio is the best, man. He's like the best. And then you got Eddie. Being around Eddie, he just got all these really cool stories about coming up, and they're the best stories you'd ever hear, ever. And you go, wow, and he remembers all of them. Like Eddie's mind is different. It's just different. How he recalls things, and then gets into character, and like we'll get into a character that's 32 years old. Is just astonishing.
Right.
The guy I think is better than ever, and hasn't missed a beat. I learned so much watching him. One time we were on set, and it was late. We were in Atlanta filming some exteriors. It was cold. It was so cold. I think it was like December or something like that, maybe November. and we were freezing. And Eddie was just like, he giggled. And I said, "What you laughing at?" And he said, he basically said, it's moments like these that, you know, he really starts to appreciate what he does.
Wow.
Because he's got this passion for it, that is just unrivaled. Yeah. No one has been like this guy. Like, no one has been on top for that long, ever. It's just unheard of. And so I realized watching Eddie have this moment with himself, and I don't want to say what he said word for word, because you know, those moments are for me. Like, that's
right.
You know, like I've waited so long to work with this guy, so like a lot of those moments I just want to keep for me. But I will say that moment made me realize how long I want to be doing this for, and how much I love it, and how passionate I am about it. And watching him, you know, kind of have that introspective moment was really beautiful.
You got me tearing up behind my shades.
Don't say what you're saying, bro. Like, for real.
Let's go.
We feel you.
It's great, because it fucked me up, because it was like watching it, like you know, playing with Eddie, like, you know, just doing scenes with him and all that stuff. Like, it's like watching like a TV as a kid, like, you know, I just kind of regress, and like I feel like a child again, you know, watching my hero go to work, and
wow.
You know, and the fact that he still truly loves this like nobody else, maybe appreciate him even more. They say never meet your heroes, but like meeting Eddie just solidified everything for me, and it meant everything, man. So working with him, can't take that away from me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Jermaine, we're glad that you're having this moment, man, because like, yo, it is only to the moon and Mars after this point. Like, everybody's so excited. And you was talking about, you know, people's stories and whatnot. Mm-hmm. You've been in the business doing different things for a long time. So I know at this point, you have to have some crazy ass Hollywood stories. Tell us about the wildest shit that ever happened to you in the business so far.
I know you got a real drinking story up your sleeve, Jermaine. I know you got one real drinking story. Mm-hmm. I know you.
Who doesn't? Rel's my boy. I love Rel. Everyone got real stories. Like, at this point, it's not even a story. I love Rel. That's my brother right there, man. I feel like it's funny. I'm not even like a party guy, you know. I'm a hermit. Like, a good day to me is being at home with my kids and watching a movie, and, you know, I'll probably have a glass of wine or IPA or something, right? Mm-hmm. That's my, you know, that's who I am. Even after comedy shows, you can ask anybody who see me after a show, you know, I'll probably get a beer or something like that, but nothing too crazy. I'm pretty chill. So as far as like, you know, man, I watched Vin Diesel vomit on a baby once. Like, I don't
wow. Really that's a cool story, though.
That would be a great story. I just don't have it.
That's the part we're going to use for the promo clip.
Yeah. Hey, Jermaine saw Vin Diesel vomit on a baby. No, I don't have many stories, man. I'm pretty chill. Like, even the people I hang out with, they keep me in check. Like, you know, we have this bond. Like, you know, we just make sure we're not really like, you know, doing too many wild things. You know, we make mistakes. Nothing too crazy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I've learned through all this, is like making sure your circle's tight. Right. And because, you know, I don't mind the eyes. I just want to keep my own life and my own privacy as well. And I want to protect my kids and my family back home too. Like, all that stuff I care about. You know, and every experience I've had with like my idols, like Whoopi, Eddie, or Arsenio, and Tracy, Leslie, like, they've been pretty cool. Like, they've been pretty cool. I'm trying to think, but
and they're also older, so they're not wilding out like that either.
No, they on their best behavior with Eddie around.
Yeah,
that's that. But that's not to say after the movie comes out, things might, you know what I'm saying? Like, there'll be a time when I probably will get to hang out with Kanye.
Yeah, right. And go crazy.
Story.
Yeah. But right now, like, I've just been me the entire time. Like, I don't really seek out none of that Hollywood validation and nothing like that. Like, I don't really need it. Like, I don't need Hollywood friends. Like, I got my family. I got my homie, my day ones. Those are the people that I truly care about, because I got homies who drive me around, you know, in Maryland, to shows in DC and Virginia, I still fuck with. Like those are the things that truly.
You go to the Go-Go's.
No, we don't want to get shot at.
But you did. One thing you did change was your look a little bit. Now we talked about this. We talked about this a little before the interview started, but I want the people to hear. So you had hair once upon a time. What happened?
All right, what happened to your head? But mind you, I change my hair probably once every 3 years, right? Okay. 2013. I had a low cut, a Caesar, and then fast forward maybe 2015, I had my locks, and then 2016, the start of my first comedy tour, or headlining tour, I cut them, and I had a little bit of that Jimmy Butler look,
okay, yeah,
the rough bush,
the little sponge thing you use. Sponge,
no, I don't use no damn sponge. No, sponge.
You just got it.
All
Sorry.
natural.
No, you don't. Listen, this is the secret. I'll tell everybody. Put the sponge away. This is what you do. You do a 2-strand twist, spray it with like some leave-in like conditioner or whatever you got, or some oil, whatever natural thing you got, and leave it in for about a hour, depending on how
twist out.
You want. Yeah, you twist it out. Yeah, that's it. That's all you got to do. And so I had that for like years, and that was like my look. And that was my look. And I hated that look towards the end of it. I saw that nothing but like, anytime McDonald's wants to get like a black dude in a commercial, that's the look. Yeah, they put a fucking fedora in the back of their head to make them look approachable. I hate that look. So I was like, no, that's enough. I'm done with the look. Then
not a fedora.
Yeah, it's a little brown fedora.
It does safen up the overall look. It does make it safe.
That's the castable black guy look. So I decided to grow my dreads for Coming to America, because I didn't want the same look for Sorry to Bother You and for Buffalo. So I was like, all right, I gotta change it up. So I had my stylist at the time, Brian Banks, who's the best. He's so good. He just locked in my dreads, and I went on set, and I was afraid they weren't gonna like it, but you gotta just ask for forgiveness, not permission.
I know,
so I went with the look, yeah. And Craig saw it, and Craig was like, I like it. And I'm like, yes. And so the issue was in the movie, when you see it, everything has a story, everything has an arc, and not just the character, the clothes and the vibe and even the hair, and everything has to have a story. And that's why the look was so important, So I had the dreads, and we were like, but we want you in the beginning of the movie to look different. And so the fans and the audience, when you see the film, you'll see a change in the look of the hair to from act 1 to like middle act 2. It'll be pretty cool, like the transformation. Anyway, when we did the reshoots, I still had my dreads, and they were down here. It was
go home, Roger.
Okay, yeah. It was Marcus Houston.
Marcus Houston.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had those, and Coming to America, they the producers called me and were like, "Hey, we're doing reshoots," and I'm like, "Cool, let me know when you need me. We're doing them in LA, but we need to take a picture of your hair." I took a selfie, and they were like, "Oh, your hair grows fast." I'm like, "It grows pretty fast. My hair grows super fast, man." And so they were like, "We needed to match the original shots from last year," and I said, "All right, well, let's fold them in half."
I got bobby pins.
Yeah, bobby pins. Let me put some sticky tape and whatnot on it. And they were like, all right, we're going. And they were like, we may have to cut it because folding them and make it look too thick. And I was like, you got to cut my dreads in half? And they were like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, okay, all right. Luckily, they weren't freeform dreads. If they were freeform, like my Rasta look, I would have been mad.
It would have been looking crazy.
Yeah, because I had the freeform before, and I love my freeform look. So anyway, they cut them in half, and I was like, all right, cool, let's shoot the reshoots. We did the reshoots. They looked great, looked pretty seamless. But afterwards, I was like, I don't feel like growing my dreads out again, man. It took me like 2 years. And, I haven't touched my scalp in probably 5 years. Like, I haven't done this ever. Like, I haven't done that in a long time. I just miss my scalp. So I just I had my girlfriend's friend Jordana come over and just shave my hair off. And
wow.
Yeah, I looked in the mirror and I was like, wow. I did that traditional thing you're supposed to do when you cut your hair off after a long time. You burn it in a pot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I learned that on YouTube. I was like, okay. All right. So you burn all the bad juju you've experienced, over the years,
Oh.
and you just like you burn it all away.
I
And,
did
Can
it
you do
wrong.
that
I
with
just-
weaves and
I just
wigs
kept
too?
mine.
you can, but it's someone else's juju.
Oh. So that
Yeah,
doesn't work.
it's some Indian ladies juju.
So you burning someone else's soul, and they're
yeah,
like,
yeah. Why? Yeah, they're like, why am I sweating?
Crack, what did you do with your dreads?
I literally have them in the next room.
Oh, you better go
Oh, you
burn
do?
them in a pot.
Yeah, like I used to have dreads too, and I cut mine off because I thought I was gonna do more movies, and then COVID. I mean, I did a couple things, but like, you got to go on those auditions. You got to like be on like backstage and like do the stuff. I got to do more stuff, but it's
So
happening. But
you cut yours for more roles and stuff.
yeah, and it like shaved ages off of my look. You know what I mean? Too. And also, like the stress. 45 minutes under the hair dryer, making your hair dry. Like, yo, I felt like a punk.
That's the thing. That's the issue. Like, we wouldn't have that problem if we had more representation behind the camera, right? Like, making sure spending 45 more minutes on your dreads and all this stuff. I didn't cut that for that reason. I did, but I do understand because I've had the hair. I've had it. I've been in those rooms where, people look at my hair and go, it's good. And I'm like, you didn't even really do nothing.
Like, my hair look a mess. Why don't you do
Yeah,
something?
I know my hair. Can you do something? They don't really know what to do. So they'll say, you look great. And I'm like, I'll go do it myself. So
But
You
why do you think it's no black stylists and things of that nature behind the scenes when there's so many black actors and actresses at this point? Shouldn't there be something? Is there something to do about this?
there's always something to do. There's always something to do. I am not a black hairstylist or a makeup artist, but there's a gang of them who would love to talk about that.
Yeah.
You should probably definitely talk to them.
I think the actors have to stand up though, because they've been trying to get in that door and that
the
space
thing
for a
is,
while.
we can hire our people. Like we can hire our people. Like I will hire my people, which is great. It's just initially the people they hire, like their heads are usually not people of color.
Right.
So it's like until they get a black actor, they won't consider a person of color to do my makeup or my hair, if that makes sense.
Right.
The thing about black hairstylists and black makeup artists, they have to be knowledgeable of every type of skin tone, black, white, everybody's. They have to be knowledgeable about. They're so great at it because they have to be.
Right.
And on the flip side, a lot of them don't have to be. They just don't, and that's a huge issue. And I've had that issue. I've had to do my own hair on set sometimes.
Wow.
Like, yeah, man, it was embarrassing. I'm like, all right. And now I just bring my own crew. I got my lady. She's very familiar with my skin, and she does Rel's makeup too. She's awesome. Her name's Megan Hester. And then you got my homie Brian Banks and my boy Kyle. He's trying to, everyone's like, but things
Bring
have
your
changed.
own people in.
Yeah.
Bring your
Things
people
have changed.
BYOP.
Yeah, bring your own.
So Jermaine, I know you got to roll in like 60 seconds or less. I want to, plug the
Ask
movie.
me anything you want to ask me, man. Don't worry about that.
Coming to America. Coming to America is the movie. I got this thing right here called The Furious Five. I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. I need you to answer them as fast as you can. All right. Here we go. Jermaine Fowler. If you had to listen to one artist for the rest of your life, who would it be?
Isaiah Rashad.
Dope.
Yes.
What conspiracy theory would you like to start right now?
That McDonald's only hires black actors with fedoras.
You did it.
All right. We know you booed up and fanned up right now, but what is the last thing that your ex said to you?
Wow. I think the last thing she didn't really say. She didn't really say anything. She left a turd in the toilet.
That's
Oh.
what volumes.
Toilet. And that speaks volumes. Yes. So she didn't say anything, but the poop said a lot.
At least it wasn't a used condom.
Oh, that would have been. Ooh.
I would have spoke bigger volumes.
God damn.
All right, out of everybody in the cast to Coming to America, who would you let whisper in your mouth?
Not mouth.
Wait,
Not even kiss, but they just come up to your mouth and just whisper in it. Who would
and
you
whisper in my mouth? What? What kind of question is that? I don't know.
Well, now.
Someone with good breath. Who has the best breath? I don't know, man.
It seemed like Sherry Headley breath would always be on point.
Sherry's breath smells like roses and ice cream.
Well, look at that.
Okay, so Sherry Headley would whisper in Jermaine Fowler's mouth. Last but not least, if you was in an arm wrestling match between you and Leslie Jones, who would win?
Ooh, I mean, it'd be me because I'd probably be I would lose because I'd probably be laughing the entire time. She's so funny. It'd be Leslie. Leslie would kick my ass.
Les Dog. Gotta love her, yo. So, yo, man, we proud of everything that's about to happen in your life, brother, man. Continue success on everything you got going on. The elevator door is closing. Explain to people why they should see Coming to America.
Coming to America is a worthy predecessor to its original. We love our fans and we love respect the cast from the original. They brought so much love and just care to the sequel, and we know you guys are going to enjoy it.
Yo, we there for it, man. One time for this guy right here, Jermaine Fowler, Coming to America, streaming on Amazon this Friday. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
We are the Morning Hustle.